The second shift happened when we discovered Agile. It started with Agile, which then led me to product management. But where's the proof? Right here it is. You can check out both of these manuals. Both manuals, actually, there's one more thing. I haven't mentioned this before. It's a publication from Open Global, the DP book. It's not part of the TOGAF 10 ecosystem though. That's why I left it out. Product management is extensively covered in the DP book. This diagram is actually from the 10th edition of TOGAF. He then discovered that this diagram was already present in the DP book, specifically in the DP book 10th edition, which contains the exact same diagram. It raises the question, are you running a product or a project? When we look at companies, they need to fully adopt a product-oriented mindset. Let's take an example. Say you work for a car company. Let's call it Company X. Let's talk about what we mean by products. There are actually two types of products. The first type is the physical products made by car companies. You know what I mean? Cars. Take a Mac, for example. This is a real commercial product. What's the second type? It's the IT application systems. These IT applications and services also qualify as products. TOGAF, it comprises both business and IT architecture. This product falls under business architecture. Products are an integral part of business architecture. Meanwhile, this product belongs to what we call IT architecture domain. See, once companies implement enterprise architecture and Agile, during their digital transformation journey, the CIO organizes the entire IT department structure. This often includes creating a product team. The product team handles application development for internal systems and cloud solutions, such as Salesforce and SAP platforms. This refers to Type B products. This falls under category of products. Looking at the company structure, the CEO level, we have the business architecture. Business architecture includes product strategies. Specifically, here's how it works. First, we analyze the market. Based on market analysis, identify product opportunities. From a product perspective, we determine the implementation strategy. Let's look at operations. In terms of operations, we need to identify the underlying processes, specifically the business processes. Beyond these processes, we map out the IT systems, IT solutions. That's the basic framework. Our product, our process, IT solutions. Business workflow. This section incorporates business architecture. We'll cover the IT architecture next. Everything has been developed into products. Alright. Let me add some additional points about the market or product process. I'd like to introduce a model. Model. California. Who's currently using this model? Right, let me start with uses it. Microsoft does too, so does Morgan Stanley, this framework. Discovered this framework. It's widely adopted in Silicon Valley as a standard framework for product management. As you can see, it covers extensive work areas. Let's call this diagram the scope of product management. What does product management do? This is exactly what it covers. If you find this diagram helpful, Gareth, you make a good point. Of course, you can check out DP book, TOGAF D10. They're both great resources. You can use either TOGAF D10 or DP book. Both are good references. Now, if you believe this diagram makes sense about these activities, I don't have time to go into that right now. We can see three distinct roles here. The first role, shown in green here, is the strategic product manager, or just product manager, commonly known as PM. Product manager. This purple section. In purple, this dark purple section represents the PO role in Agile. Product owner, you've learned about Scrum. Right. And the product owner, remember, you learned this F with its PO and PM roles. This represents the product owner role. Moving on to this light purple section, we call it product marketing, or simply marketing. As you may know, even marketing has gone Agile now. We won't get into the marketing details, but at minimum, for product-related roles, we have these 2 to 3 key positions. So when your organization implements full product management, so within your business and IT architecture, you'll need these different roles. Let me share a few examples, some key principles to remember with you. Here's one. The building is full of product. Your company needs market experts. You see in your building, everyone's a product expert, but keep in mind, you'll also need market experts, marketing professionals. Why am I telling you this? Once a company shifts to being product-driven, at that point, remember where it all begins. Marketing. By the time you reach TOGAF version 10, you'll naturally gravitate towards the marketing team. As you progress in your journey, as you branch out into different areas, you'll find yourself working closely with marketing. That's marketing and market research. Business architecture encompasses numerous product and strategy analysis. Most of these insights come from market research and marketing principles. Take for instance, working with the end-of mix or doing win-loss analysis. These all fall under business architecture. Here, let me share something interesting with you. If you're looking to advance from being an enterprise architect, product manager, and want to progress in your career, you'll need to focus on certain key responsibilities, such as customer engagement, building strong customer relationships. See, this is exactly what we do in the marketing field. Let's reach out to our clients. What drives your creativity at work? What influences your buying choices? What drives your buying decision? How do you like our product? Take this one for example. How's the bike riding experience? Who are our competitors? These are the kind of questions to ask. Don't forget about the marketing aspect. Suppose someone asks, hey professor, about this marketing stuff, isn't it a bit off topic? Why don't investors ever discuss this? True, they don't address it, but you're getting closer to it. By version 10, you'll be even closer. No matter how much you try to ignore it, you can't escape it. It's always there, just beyond that threshold. Remember, he's still there, right? Let me quote him. He made an interesting point. Only build solutions for problems that are urgent and that the market is willing to pay for. Focus solely on solutions, and these solutions must be time critical and have proven market demand. In this market, people are willing to pay. Let me explain what I mean. For a company, once you move to productization, whether you're developing automobiles, IT applications, you're familiar with the concept of, in our previous delivery projects, we implemented the MVP approach. This involves 2 scenarios. Let's look at 2 scenarios A and B. Scenario A focuses on pure business logic. Scenario B deals with technical implementation. Both are moving towards product development, so they share a similar structure in TOGAF version 4. I'm really excited to show how we've evolved from the classic MVP. By introducing 2 new dimensions, MVA, MVPD. Let me break this down simply. Let's keep it simple. This is MVP for business development. This is MVA minimum viable architecture. This is MVP minimum viable product. I'm lost here. It's really simple. Your minimum viable business development is just requirements, right? Isn't architecture based on requirements? So what about your MVA? Well, that's the architecture from requirements to architecture. What about the MVP? It's essentially the solution. Looking at these 3 letters, when we use the term MVP, it implies continuous iteration, ongoing process. The product itself gradually adds new features. MVP for business development, P architecture, minimum viable product. This represents an evolution in our product management approach. So it goes beyond just the MVP concept. We apply these architectural principles. Through this continuous process, we gradually build up components and make discoveries. Some people refer to this upper part as business discovery. Business discovery. And the middle section is called architectural discovery. Let me share an example from one of my classes about an American tech company called CAS. Looking at this part here, we have the conventional Agile development. Keep it simple. It's Agile, plain and simple. Specifically SCRM. What we build upon SCRU are these architecture and business discovery phases. Right. So what's this all about? Let me tell you, I'm not really. So when you ask the architecture team, They're supposed to be in charge what we're supposed to do. And they say, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Then the architecture team turns to product manager, product owner. What are we supposed to do? Really have no idea. To be completely honest, I'm not sure. He's completely in the dark. See, this isn't even about Agile. He genuinely has no clue. He continuously experiments. That's why we call it discovery. So if you work at a tech company, this method is perfect for you. Let me give you an example. However, this example isn't from the internet world. This example is actually a fascinating classic case. Take a look at this. Can you guess what it is? Ideas. Dates back to 1906. It was called the foot, but what exactly is it? It's an insert that goes inside your shoes, specifically an arch support, designed to support your foot's natural arch. And there's quite an interesting story behind it. What he's saying is, you need to leverage your product line, starting with shoes, to expand into more product offerings. And you know what? It's pretty self-explanatory. Look at how they started a few basic products, but that sparked the development of many more. Now they've got over 1,000 different products. Now I'm showing you this chart because there's a key point here, and that is, look, if you're discussing products, you need to address marketing as well. That makes sense, wouldn't you agree? So when you talk about marketing and products together, you have to realize, as an enterprise architect, your end goal is driving company profits. Goes beyond the old business mindset. My focus is on business processes like IT application networks. However, the current architecture needs to gradually evolve. We must focus on company operations and which products will drive revenue. Therefore, we need to integrate the product concept into our framework. There are numerous details involved, which I won't get into now. What we have here is a classic example that shows various possibilities. Let me conclude with this. Here's a fitting quote. With the test of innovation lies not in novelty. When it comes to innovation, its true value lies in testing, rather than mere novelty, scientific content, or how ingenious it is. It's not just about the scientific aspects or its innovative approach, how remarkably innovative it is. What really matters is success. As Peter Drucker pointed out, This brings us to our second point, regarding product management, covering both business and IT products. Alright, here's another option for you. You know what people usually ask, Professor, what's our next step after the initial planning? What comes next? Well, we could work on projects. Let's go with project work. Alright, now here's our second option, which is product deployment. Product deployment and delivery